In other news, one man is dead after getting hit by a car overnight. Bakersfield police responded to the area off Callaway off Rosedale just after 9:30 last night. Police say a driver hit the man as he was crossing the road outside of a crosswalk. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The driver stayed at the scene and is cooperating with the investigation. Drugs, alcohol, and speed do not appear to be factors. BPD says it's the 26th deadly traffic collision this year within their jurisdiction. NCHP is holding a maximum enforcement period starting tomorrow. Officials are urging drivers and passengers to wear a seatbelt and to never drive under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Last year, 45 people were killed in crashes throughout the state during the Labor Day weekend. The enforcement starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. and ends Monday at midnight. Still to come here on 23 ABC, your kids are undoubtedly getting more screen time these days as they have to learn from home. Up next, we talk with an optometrist about what you can do to help the strain off your child's eyes. Next. Welcome back. Kern High School District students will still be able to get free meals after the USDA extended their meal waiver. KHSD will be providing meals to all children aged 2 to 18 starting Friday. All 18 comprehensive high schools and Nueva Continuation High School will hold drive-through meal distributions Monday through Friday from 1 to 2:30 p.m. Each child present at the pickup will receive a grab-and-go bag consisting of multiple meals. And screen time has become an even bigger part of children's lives since schools have moved towards distance learning. 23 ABC's Daniela Garrido spoke with a local optometrist on how you can help preserve your child's eye care during this time.
In March, the Pew Research Center surveyed over 3,000 parents with kids under the age of 12. 71% of parents said they were concerned their kids were spending too much screen time.
Think of it kind of like a trampoline, right? You have the trampoline and you have these springs that hold the trampoline in place. That's kind of how those muscles actually look. So the trampoline in the eye is something called the lens, and it has the ability to relax and it has the ability to stretch. And so if they're always stretched to the maximum, it's going to kind of create spasms for you, or can put you in an issue where it's hard to let them relax and go back to a TV that's 3 feet away.
As schools continue with distance learning, screen time will become a bigger part of their kids' lives. A local optometrist says there are minor adaptations you can make to preserve your child's eye care.
Arm's distance is a good piece of advice, and giving yourself a little bit of a break. So you're not always flexing the repetitive muscle and putting it in a state of constant exercise. Give it a break every now and again. Give yourself some artificial tears. I think those two things would be really helpful.
He also recommends making sure your kids' eyes aren't drying up from the constant screen time.
Artificial tears, lubrication, so you can get rid of some of the headache and the extra strain that they're going to be going through would be really helpful.
Data from the American Optometric Association reported last year that myopia, also known as nearsightedness, has gone up for children at least 25% in the last 40 years.
I'd say there's a lot of studies on that. So there's more of a genetic predisposition to it and an inherited disposition to it. So if mom has glasses, if dad has glasses, congratulations, odds are you're going to wear glasses.
Some families constantly using screen time have adopted blue light glasses, which Dr. Sandeep Olia says is safe for any age.
Blue light will not cause tissue damage, but blue light does change your actual sleep cycle. It does change your hormonal balance. It does change the chemistry that you use throughout the day.
And if your child is having a hard time communicating their eye struggles, there are a couple of things you can look out for as a parent.
I can see, are they squinting? Are they blinking a little extra hard? Those sort of subtle signs, right? When they watch TV, are they kind of leaning into it a little bit more and squinting?
I'm Daniela Garrido, 23 ABC, connecting you.
It's nice to hear there's some science behind the blue light glasses because they're so popular right now. It's hard to tell, at least for me, if it's the placebo effect or if it's actually doing something.
Right, I did that too. I wore them for a little while and then I noticed the glare from them because I just got a cheap pair was actually making my eyes strain more. So now I think I'm going to invest in the better pair.
Interesting.
I know. It's all theory, though.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to an eye doctor yet, which I'm probably going to do first before I invest. But I do know a lot about this, all of that smoke. Look, Danielle, how it's perfectly trapped here in the valley. All of those complex fires burning around the state contributing to the smoke. And now that high pressure is moving in, it's a sinking, stable air mass. And so that's going to trap more and more of this smoke right here where we breathe. Most of the smoke, like I showed you a few minutes ago in the Kern River Valley, is coming down from the SQF complex fire up there. Many people calling it the Castle Fire. That's what it started as before it got bigger. bigger and they all merge together in that region. That is still burning as crews work as hard as they can to get around it. We're at 83 right now, and at least there's not a lot of wind. We don't have any rain or thunderstorms coming. The rain would help. The thunderstorms would hurt, as you know, with that threat of dry lightning. So with calm, quiet weather, the fire crews do have some good conditions on their side, but it's very dry out there as we're looking at 97 today in Bakersfield, 98 in Arvin and Lamont. Your phone forecast may be showing you a temperature that's a little bit warmer for this afternoon than this. I've kept us in these 90s instead of 100 or so because we have all of that smoke out there. It actually filters out some of the sunshine, and for the last several days has been giving us lower temperatures in the afternoons than is actually forecast. But all this is still hot and above average for this time of year. 90s in the smoky Kern River Valley, 90 in Tehachapi and Lebec, 89 in Fraser Park. Into our desert communities, plenty of 100s out there. They are so much hotter because that air mass is taking hold and sending their temperatures up, but they also have less smoke. So they're getting that direct sun just baking the earth. And that's what we'll see for everyone as this high pressure continues to settle into the Great Basin tomorrow. It's then going to expand for our holiday weekend ahead, making it feel like summer out there on the unofficial end to summer. Look at Labor Day's forecast. 106, 108, 106 for our holiday weekend. Still 104 on Tuesday as people are getting back into the routine of work and school. You can see with these records that this isn't record-breaking heat, but it's really intense heat. And this is the forecast I'm going with for now, but it may end up being a couple degrees down from this because of the smoke filtering out that sunshine and therefore not allowing as much heating, but we're talking about a lot of heating out there. Kern River Valley 100s for you as well. Again, that 105 to 107 is really intense this weekend, but it may not get that hot because your smoke up there is so thick. Tehachapi and Fraser Park both trying to get close to 100 by Sunday.
Still to come, a local run to raise money for prostate awareness is going virtual this year. More on why it's a cause worth running for next. Welcome back. The Bakersfield Zero Prostate Cancer Run Walk 2020 is going virtual, like many fundraising events, as part of Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. The race director and prostate cancer survivor, Leonard Zazowski, joined us live this morning to talk more about the message that he keeps on sharing.
U.S. Preventative Task Force said, well, maybe the PSA test is not as viable. And so as soon as you give men an out, they're gone. So, and with that, they're finally starting to upgrade it back, saying the test isn't the best, but at least it's something there to have. And during that time, metastatic prostate cancer rates have went up because men are getting checked too late. But that's starting to change. It's starting to go the other way. But right now, cancer death rates and diagnosis have increased pretty dramatically the last few years.
The event will be virtual this year, and it's free to sign up. You can find out more on our website, turnto23.com. Now to that breathtaking stunt by illusionist David Blaine, soaring over 4 miles above the Arizona desert while holding on to 52 helium-filled balloons and then parachuting down. In his first major live event in nearly a decade, he soared into the atmosphere, and the temperature dropped into the single digits. The air was even getting dangerously thin. Available oxygen only about half the amount at sea level. Finally, almost an hour after he took off, as he reaches 24,900 feet, he gets the signal, releases the safety, and plummets at over 125 miles an hour. For a minute straight, he free falls toward Earth, and then he pulls his parachute and, of course, lands safely.